start throwing the accents and the syncopation with sissy strut, it's going to be a lot easier than not knowing what the phrasing is, what the internal clock, what the underlining pulse is, right? Once you've got that ingrained, then we start trying to throw in the more involved accents and variations with sissy strut. Well, then it's going to be a lot easier. It's going to come out sounding a lot better than if you don't understand that Ratcliffe groove and the phrasing of it. So let me take and play the Ratcliffe groove, and I'm going to morph it into sissy strut. Show you how that works. And once you understand that, well then playing Hey Pocky Way, y'all know Hey Pocky Way, right? That's going to be that much easier. I'm going to morph the Ratcliffe groove into Hey Pocky Way. The way I'm going to do it is take away the snare drum and backbeats, slow it down a little bit, and move the hi-hat over to the snare. And I'm also going to swing it just a little bit more. That it's going to help you understand a lot more of his grooves. When you see the similarities between two things, it's not going to seem like you're starting from scratch and having to learn a whole other thing. A lot of his grooves are a lot more closely related than you would ever think. You would never think that Hey Pocky Way and Sissy Strut were so related, but they are. It's just right, left, right, left, right, left. But it's the way that you're accenting it. It's the way that you're phrasing it, but it's all right, left, right, left, right, left. So now, how do we take this, now that we understand Sissy Strut, how do we incorporate it into our playing and maybe do something new with it, right? Well, one thing you can do, I was just showing you how you can take two guys and blend them together and add something else to it and then make it your own. One thing you can do is kind of take something and start it in a different place, right? So what happens if we take Sissy Strut and instead of playing it on beat 1, we started on beat 3. And, you know, I came about this in a very organic way. Robert Walter started playing me an idea he had for a tune. I thought it was really cool, and I came up with a groove for it, and I thought I was really clever and cool until I realized that it was basically Sissy Strut started in a different place. But I know that so well that, you know, when I come up with variations now, I can create new stuff based on variations, but I also know I can trace it exactly back to where I got it from. So I'm going to play a tune for you, and I'm going to, as I was saying, this is all coming from variations on Sissy Strut, but started in a different place. So let's make sure our volume is correct. Now, when Robert Walter played this for me, the first time, 10 times we played it, I had to ask him to tell me where the 1 was. It was very confusing. Now I know where it is. But at first I was like, what the hell? And then I came up with a groove that fit it. And like I said, I thought I was really clever. And then I realized what it was. So check it out.